Get ready for your daily dose of marketing strategies and tactics from entrepreneurs with the guile and experience to help you find success in any marketing capacity. You're listening to Marketing School with your instructors, Neil Patel and Eric Su.
Welcome to another episode of Marketing School. I'm Eric Su.
And I'm Neil Patel.
And today we're going to talk about how to do an SEO audit. So within the framework of 10 minutes, we're going to try to make this as actionable as possible. So first and foremost, when you're doing an SEO audit, you do want to make sure that, first of all, hopefully you have Google Analytics. Hopefully you have Google Search Console. Those are two good places to start. I do like using Google Search Console to see if there's any crawl errors on the website. The traffic decreased at a certain point. And I also like taking a look at, top performing content as well, right? What has the highest click-through rates, average positions, and also, queries that I'm ranking for as well. Google Search Console, it's free. Same thing with Google Analytics, it's free. You can take a look at what's going on exactly and start there first, right? Start there to see what's happening on your website. What are the top performing pages? What are queries that could use help? What's, barely, what are some high value pages that are ranking well that you can perhaps push into, the top 5 positions for Google. So you can take a look at that high level view and decide what you want to do from there. And that's a good starting point for SEO audits.
Yeah, and because this is short, right, we're doing 10-minute episodes. Eric, let's do something interesting. Why not let's just focus on Google Search Console and break down how to do an audit using Google Search Console. Because I think that'll work out really well for people. It'll be actionable and everyone has it. So as Eric mentioned, go log into Google Search Console. Make sure your site is added. If it's not added, then what you want to do is add it, verify it, etc. Within a few days at the latest, you'll start collecting quite a bit of data. And then you can go from there. The first thing you want to end up doing is you want to go to search traffic once you load up the site, right, in Search Console. There's a nav option called search traffic. Then you want to go under search analytics. And instead of sorting by queries, sort by pages. And the reason being is you make page changes. You don't make a query change, right? So you want to sort by pages. Then you want to have the tick marks clicked for checked off, which would be clicks, impressions, position, and click-through rate. And then once you figure out the pages, right, it lists all the pages and it sorts it by the ones that are getting the most clicks. You can look at the ones that are getting the most clicks first. Click on the first result, and that first result will load up that page and only that page and show the graph for total clicks, total impressions, average click-through rate, and average positioning. Once that page is loaded up, change the tick box from pages to queries, and now it'll take a bit to load, but it'll show you all the queries that'll driving you traffic to that web page, the clicks that you're getting from each of the queries, the impressions, click-through rate, and positioning. Look for the ones that have a high click-through rate and have a low position, right? Like let's say position 5 or lower. And the ones that have a high click-through rate, and the way you determine what has a high click-through rate, just look at the numbers, right? Eyeball it. See what's higher than normal. See what's in the double-digit percentiles that's ranking, let's say, number 5, or above 5% that's ranking above number 5, because that's pretty high. Above meaning like 6, 7, 8, 9, right? Or below number 5 technically. And with those keywords, make sure they're in your page. Make sure those keywords, if possible, or the ones that are close enough to the most popular keywords, are also in your title tags and meta descriptions. Doing that simple change will start helping you get more search traffic.
That's a big one. And I would say also, looking at Google Search Console right now, I'm actually digging around at the moment. I would recommend also going to the search appearance section and taking a look at what you have going on, right? So the big thing, Neil has talked about AMP or accelerated mobile pages. One of the sites I'm looking at right now does not have AMP set up. So they have a simple call to action right there, get started with AMP. And I think a key point of emphasis here, whenever I click on a Facebook instant article or whenever I click on a Google AMP article, the experience is just a lot better, right? There's just this weird feeling when I see the little lightning icon and I'm able to load the article really quickly, get what I need, and then just leave. And certainly you can add a call to action to your articles, but just overall creating a better experience for your users. AMP is just going to get bigger and bigger. So as of this recording, you should at least be adding it to your repertoire. And then also you can also check what kind of structured data that you have on the website. And also I would also recommend taking a look at the one thing a lot of people don't do is the sitemap portion, right? I do recommend, or I do remember in the past when we did not have a sitemap for certain websites. After we added a sitemap, we just, it seems like, SEO 101, a lot of people still tend to forget it, right? Adding a sitemap and specking out, where things should be exactly, that does help out. And you do, in some cases, get a boost from traffic.
Yeah, also in the navigation in the Google Search Console, click on crawl and click on crawl errors. This is a big one that catches up a lot of new site owners and people who are just starting out with SEO. You'll find all the errors that Google's finding within your site. It could be dead links. It could be people linking to those pages and they're no longer alive. It could be you once had those pages and then you removed them, whatever it may be. You don't want to have too many errors. So if Google keeps seeing errors, you're going to notice that your rankings will keep tanking over time. But if your site has no errors, no crawl issues, right? And under the crawl section, you can look at crawl errors, crawl stats. And these things will help you determine how many pages is Google crawling on your site? How long does it take them per download? Because if it takes them too long to download your pages, you'll notice that they're not going to download as many pages. But if they can download a lot of pages with less effort, less server resources on their end, they'll crawl way more pages. So looking at the crawl section tells you a lot of key things, such as what issues you may be having with your site, which is going to stop you from ranking, as well as is it taking Google too much time to crawl your site? Because if it is, then you may want to think about changing your host or getting a faster server or using a CDN solution, right, which stands for Content Delivery Network, which means that companies like Akamai will place your website across servers throughout the whole world. So that way other people can get access to it faster, as well as Google can get access to your site faster as well from their different data centers.
And CDNs certainly help a lot. Things become a lot more, basically you can compare to, we're talking a couple seconds to maybe 1 second or so in some cases. So it's basically a lot faster. What I'm looking at right here for Google Search Console, if you go to the search traffic section and you look at the links to your site, you can see who's linking to your site the most. You can expand on this table and then download the latest links as well. So if you're not paying for an SEO tool right now, this is at least a basic way to go about it. I do recommend, if you're looking to get more serious with SEO, you probably want to explore a tool like Ahrefs or SEMrush or even Moz as well, just to see, get more granular data on the people that are linking to you. And you can also look at your top linked content as well. The thing I like about seeing who's linking to you, you can come to these people and say, hey, I noticed you guys have been linking to us a lot. Definitely appreciate it. What else can we do with each other? We'd love to partner up. Can we do anything for you? So you start to build a relationship there. It's not so much just looking at the link. You build out a relationship with people in your niche, and that way you just become bigger and bigger that way versus just trying to go for the link all the time. Being able to look at your most linked content, that's also really good too, just to see what your top performers are, and then you can compare it with your analytics. The other thing I like to do is also look at, you go back to the search traffic, search analytics section, look at your traffic for the last 90 days or so. If you feel like something's been dropping, you can always Google, what kind of updates have been happening. There's graphs out there that you can compare your traffic to and see, if any update has hit you at all. And then you can also check if any manual actions have been taken on your site. Neil?
Yeah, another thing to look at, and I just found an error on my website doing this right now as we're doing this podcast. Go to search appearance, go to HTML improvements, and look for duplicate title tags and missing title tags, as well as short title tags or ones that are too long. Make sure you fix all those. So I just went into duplicate title tags, and I noticed in the Spanish section of my website, my guys created 2 of the exact same blog posts. I'm like, why do we have 2 of the exact same blog posts? And they're published on different dates. One was published in October, and one was published in August, and one was published in September. And I was like, this is really silly. So I messaged the guys. Not only is the title tag the exact same, but the content is too. I'm like, why do we have 2 pages on the same post and content? But looking at those little things, even if you're advanced SEO, you'll find errors because we're humans, right? We make errors.
All right. I think that's it for this episode of Marketing School. I think we can dive even deeper, but I think we need to split it probably into 2 episodes. So we'll see you tomorrow. Let us know what you think about this episode, and talk to you later.
This session of Marketing School has come to a close. Be sure to subscribe for more daily marketing strategies and tactics to help you find the success you've always dreamed of. And don't forget to rate and review so we can continue to bring you the best daily content possible. We'll see you in class tomorrow, right here on Marketing School.